All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and it's time for another Q&A video. It's been a really long time since I've done one of these, mostly because I've been pretty entertained by going back playing some Injustice 2 and playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 11. Going back to doing brutalities has really sparked my interest, or I guess reignited my interest in playing MK11, because you guys know, there's times where I put it on the back burner, play some MKX, play Injustice 2, blah, blah, blah. But recently, going back to MK11, going brutality hunting with different characters has been really fun. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that. But it's time for some Q&A action. I always like doing these, and I don't have that many questions today because I want you all to leave your questions down below in the comment section. Ask whatever you want. It could be real life stuff. It could be fucking about, I don't know, what book did I read? Was the last book that I read? I'll answer that real quick. It was probably in high school when I was like 16 years old. Haven't read a book since. You could ask me about anime, Mob Psycho 100. You guys know I love that. You could ask about Mortal Kombat, Injustice, pretty much anything you want. Nothing is off limits unless I can't like literally say it because of YouTube. All right, so leave a like on the video, by the way, as always. Any interaction helps. You know, with the algorithm recently for YouTube, they switched it up, and now comments are more important than ever. Even more important than likes, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, it seems like engagement really helps out videos. But anyway, I don't know. YouTube always changes the algorithm. Not important right now. So I have a couple real life questions that I want to answer here that I always get asked. All right, number one. Have I ever been involved with any gangs? You guys know I was born in Honduras, and I was brought over here along with my mom legally when I was 3 years old, I think. So ever since then, I've been living here in Los Angeles pretty much my entire life. Pretty much raised in LA. Some rough parts, not the roughest parts, don't get me wrong, but definitely some rough parts of LA, man. I definitely know what it's like coming from the hood, that's for sure. So have I ever like personally been involved in any gangs? And the answer is no. Never even considered it. Never. I've always been against fucking like confrontation. I've always been against like any sort of violence. I have never done any like hard drugs in my life. I mean, smoke weed a little bit here and there, right? Like nothing crazy. But I've been pretty much like straight laced my entire life. And it's mostly because, I don't know, I guess that's how I was just raised. And I saw a lot of it around me, though. I remember coming from, sometimes I used to walk from high school to my house, and in order to come back, I would have to cross MacArthur Park. And damn, if you guys have never been in Los Angeles, MacArthur Park is literally the worst and most dangerous place you could visit in Los Angeles. It don't matter if it's the morning, if it's the afternoon, if it's fucking 7 p.m., if it's midnight. It doesn't matter what time it is. You're in MacArthur Park, you better be on guard every second that you're walking around the park, because it's dangerous no matter what. Obviously, the later it gets, the more dangerous it gets, because that's when stuff, deals are made. That's when, gangs from that territory sort of, go hang out, do their thing. So the later it gets, the more dangerous it gets. But just walking through the street coming down, going to my house, it was I would always see like people laying on the street, people fighting, cops arresting people. It's just something that I never ever wanted to get involved with. Even like growing up before that, in our neighborhood, in our old neighborhood, there was actually like a street that was closed. There was like a border that was made in one of the crossways, like coming into the street that I was living at, because there was so much drugs being dealt around that area that the cops decided to put this border so cars won't be able to, you know, cross into the street and cross out of the street, etc. Obviously, that didn't stop anybody from, you know, doing shit, gangbanging, selling drugs like on foot. But the whole point is, you know, it stops drive-bys, it stops, you know, cars from going in and out. Makes it a little bit more difficult. And of course, there is always police cars coming by around this neighborhood all the time. So I grew up like watching all that, but it's nothing that I ever wanted to get involved with. Never. Plus, you know, the positive thing is that none of my family members were in gangs. And a lot of times when kids turn into gangbangers, whatever you want to say, it's because their parents were in the gang that they get jumped into, or their family members were in the gang, and they, you know, pretty much like their environment and their family is part of the gang scene. So then obviously what else are they going to get brought up doing than becoming a gang member, which is really sad, because a lot of kids probably, you know, ruin a lot of potential because they're just forced to be into this gang lifestyle because their parents are pretty much in the gang lifestyle. So thankfully, the group of friends that I had, all the family members around me, never involved in that. So no, actually, I have never been involved in any gangs. But I have been, you know, stopped by a lot of gang members. Well, not now, but, you know, back when I was like a teenager, because I already looked grown up. I already looked like I was in my early 20s when I was like 16. Had a mustache, had a goatee. Obviously, I had like a buzz cut. I looked like a straight up cholo, you know, like a 21-year-old cholo when I was like 15, 16 years old. So I used to get stopped a lot and asked like where I was from and stuff like that. And carrying a backpack around in LA, most people carrying around a backpack and a bike, you already know what's in that backpack. There's a fucking gun and there's some drugs. So obviously, being a kid, you know, and coming from high school, I just have a backpack on. People thought that I had shit in there. I got my backpack opened up many times. So no, I never got involved with any gang, but I have definitely been around that shit, and it's not cool, man. All right, next up here. Did I play any sports growing up? Yes, I was actually a huge athlete. Unfortunately, my training habits and my discipline were not on par with my talent, especially soccer-wise, or like football, you know, like football, like soccer. At the time, you know, when I was growing up playing soccer, there's this like league around Los Angeles called AYSO. And so I played in that when I was a kid, you know, maybe like from, I don't know, 9 years old to like 11, 12 years old. You know, it's a kids soccer league, but it's very competitive. And there's a lot of scouts that go around seeing these kids, you know, to see what's up. So I was always a taller kid. So I was always a forward, which obviously is my preferred position. My dad taught me to play forward. You guys know the phenomenon, El Fenomeno, Ronaldo Nazario. He's my favorite soccer player of all time. I dedicated my entire play style to play like Ronaldo. And I was pretty fucking good as a kid. But then when I got into high school, I really got into basketball. And that kind of fucked me up in the long run, because I know that I could have been at least a you know, solid college like soccer player. You know, I probably could have turned at least semi-pro, because I was already pretty good when I was like a kid. But then I got derailed by, you know, basketball. And I was okay at basketball, you know, I was pretty good. I just never had the height. I'm like 5'11", maybe 6 feet tall if I stand on my tippy toes. So obviously I didn't have the height to play basketball. I never had like point guard skills and shit, so I was not going to make it in that department. But soccer-wise, you know, especially back then, obviously nowadays, you know, forwards are a lot taller than they used to be back in the early 2000s, like late 1990s. So I was a pretty tall forward at the time, plus I was quick. But, you know, I never had the discipline, though. I never like went to training, or I never wanted to train. I could play the whole day, and I was very good, but I never wanted to train. And coaches would always tell me, mijo, tienes que entrenar. You know, si te quieres, si quieres hacer mejor, evolve as a player. See, that's why I don't make videos in Spanish, because my vocabulary in Spanish sucks. I know how to speak Spanish, but my vocabulary sucks. They're like, you know, the coaches are like, all right, son, if you want to improve as a player, you have to train. You know, you have to get better and better. I never listened to that. So, yeah, I was definitely a huge athlete back in, you know, my middle school and high school days. So if I would have chosen any sport, definitely soccer. Like nowadays, soccer is the one I would have picked, because I know I would have been at least a semi-pro player. All right, moving on here. Oh, here we go. Like this fits in perfectly. A lot of people always wonder if I could speak Portuguese, because I speak Spanish, you know, sometimes. And there's words that are interchangeable with Spanish and Portuguese, you know. So clearing the air right now, no, I do not know how to speak Portuguese. And I am very jealous, because I think Portuguese is a sexy language. If you speak to a girl in Portuguese, mwah, it's over. You speak to a girl in Spanish, it's still sexy, but not like Portuguese. So no sé hablar portugués, solo sé hablar español. So unfortunately, my Portuguese followers, I do not know how to speak Portuguese. All right, so those were like the real life questions. This is mostly 1 and 2 are the ones that I really want to answer the most, especially 1, because, you know, that's definitely personal life stuff. All right, so now let's move on to actual gaming stuff. What's the best brutality that I have ever gotten? That is easy. You would think it would be the Johnny Cage glasses brutality, because it was so hard. You would think it would be Jack's ragdoll brutality, because it was so hard. There's a brutality that's even harder than that I am incredibly proud of, and I could probably say that I guarantee you, out of anyone who has ever played Mortal Kombat 11, I guarantee you that I'm in the 1%, maybe even less, of people who have hit this brutality. I've actually never seen anyone else hit this brutality before. You could send me a video on Twitter if you want, of someone who has actually hit this brutality in an online match. And I'm talking about the Spawn 5 crushing blow combo, ending it with the brutality. Wait, let me see it. Okay, so it's the grab crushing blow, then it's a slam down crushing blow, then it's the knee crushing blow, then, okay, 4 crushing blow combo into the hammer brutality. All right. That's it. I'm done. I'm done playing. It's over. Goodbye. That combo is the best brutality combo I've ever hit. The best combo in general that I've ever hit is obviously my Hunter Predator combo. I created the combo and I hit it online. I don't think there will ever be a combo that will beat that for me. Mostly because I came up with the combo. I didn't come up with the concept of the down 2 into this. That was created by somebody else, but I came up with the Hunter Predator version of that combo, which was, you know, the trap, calling it the opposite way, and then down 1 into grab into the trap. I came up with that. So obviously that's going to be like my greatest achievement as far as combos. But as far as like brutalities, I can't beat the Spawn 4 crushing blow combo into the stand 2 mallet brutality. That shit is ridiculous. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. You would have seen it already. That shit is ridiculous. I can't beat that. I don't think I'll. Did I ever try to go for it again? I think I did. I think I might have gotten it one more time. I think so. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and check my videos. I upload so much I don't even remember my videos. All right, so another question here. Did you like the Mortal Kombat movie? Oh, man. That's a tough question, honestly, because I felt it was a mess. I felt that I wasn't satisfied when I finished watching the movie. It's not a bad movie, and I did enjoy parts of it, but let's just say that I was not satisfied when the movie ended. It was a fun ride for the first viewing because it's a Mortal Kombat movie. You don't know what to expect. You know, you see these characters, nostalgia reasons. So the movie was fun to watch the first time around. I have not watched it since. So did I like the movie? Yeah, I liked it the first time I watched it, but I haven't watched it since, and I was kind of left disappointed at the end of my first viewing. So I don't know if I actually like it or not because I haven't watched it again. But I will say that it was fun watching it the first time. I think there's a lot they could improve on in the sequel whenever they make it. The movie was insanely popular. It actually helped my YouTube channel an insane amount. I will say that. God bless the movie because the month the Mortal Kombat movie came out was the single greatest month in my YouTube career. Seriously, I got the most views that I've ever gotten because people were like searching up Mortal Kombat, and obviously, you know, we come out as one of the top channels whenever somebody searches for something. So the movie like helped my channel a lot, but watching it the first time was fun. I haven't watched it since. I haven't even considered watching it since. And let me throw another thing at you. I watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation 2 times since I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie. I actually really like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I'm probably in the 1% of the world that can say that. Not even Ed Boon likes Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And I watched that more times than the Mortal Kombat movie since the Mortal Kombat movie came out. I'll just leave it at that. All right, last question here. What do you want to see in a Mortal Kombat 12? Man, I could make an entire video about this, but I'll just summarize what I want to see. I want to see a mixture between Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11. I want to see the run mechanic come back. I want to see the graphics of MK11. I want to see the intros, the outros, and the thought process that comes with the dialogue from MK11. I think MK11's dialogue is amazing, especially compared to Injustice 2 and MKX. Like, literally go back and check out some of the intro dialogue from MKX and then put any intro dialogue in MK11. Night and day difference. Like, they improved so much from MKX to MK11 in intro dialogue. I want all the visual details of MK11, and I want the Mortal Kombat X gameplay. Give me a bunch of launchers. Give me armor moves back. Take away the breakaway system. Return to the breaker system, where you spend your 2 bars, the game pauses, both players get reset back to neutral. Take away flawless blocks. And give me customizable gear. Actually, you know what? Just give me traditional costumes. Fuck it. Let's go back to the classic shit. Give us traditional costumes. Just give us a lot of traditional costumes. Because at the end of the day, in MK11, there's a lot of customization options. But at the end of the day, most people just use like 1 or 2 costumes because those are the good ones. Just narrow it down. Give us like 5 costumes per character, not including like 1 classic. Just throw in a classic in there. 6 in total for every single character. Give DLC characters some costumes too, and we're good to go. So pretty much a combination of MK11, MKX gameplay. Bring back the run system. Bring back the breaker system. Take away the flawless blocks. Take away those stupid mechanics from MK11, like the breakaway flawless block, and give me all the visual details and the intros and all that shit from MK11, and you will have the perfect Mortal Kombat game. At least for people who like the run button like I do. If they don't give us a run button, give us movement like MK9. MK9 had really fast movement. Feels way more smooth than MK11. Or at least way quicker than MK11. You know, I just want some fast-paced action. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. We're actually going to make it under 20, not really under 20 minutes because I still have to put the outro. We were very close. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and you aren't subscribed already, make sure you guys do so. And if you want to see some more, there's videos popping up on the screen right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.